All right, we're going to practice our chord progressions here. Now, before you practice these, I would fill out the middle section of Rock Friday Boot Camp Day 2. Go ahead and fill in those chords. You can just look at the numbers to try to figure them out, but it's a little difficult to do, so go ahead and put the letter names in, the chord names in, before you play. Okay, so let's take a look at number 1. Now, number 1 is very simple. You've got one chord per measure, and that chord happens on the one of every measure. So when you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, every time you say 1, you play your chord. And that's how we're going to do this right now for each of these. No strumming pattern, no rhythm. You're only going to strum each chord one time and just let it ring out. You can change chords kind of whenever you want to, right? So you strum on 1, and you can move your hand on 2, 3, and 4 if you want, which of course is going to kill off the chord. It's not going to sustain, but that's okay as long as you're ready for the next one, and then you strum again. So take as many of these counts as you need to change the chords. You don't have to hold them out, and you don't need any fancy strumming patterns. Once you get that down, you can start to add different strumming patterns, different rhythms in to make these sound more like the song. If, that is, you figure out which songs these are. Okay, so number 1 is G, D, E minor, C. And we're going to do this to a beat. 2, ready, play. G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. All right, fantastic. Number 2, same thing as far as when you change chords, right? Every chord is on 1, but a bit of a different progression here. So before 1, 5, 6, 4, very, very common progression. Now we're throwing in 2 minor chords, 2 major chords. So you have the 2 and the 6 in there, and a 1 and a 4. So get ready with your G, A minor, E minor, C. Those are the chords for number 2. Ready, play. G, 2, 3, 4. A minor, 2, 3, 4. E minor, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. All right, fantastic. Number 3 is a bit different. All right, if we look at number 3 and analyze, sorry guys, analyze this pattern. You've got two measures, right? The first measure, second measure are the same as the third and the fourth measure. So you have the same pattern, just repeated twice for the 4 measures. And your first chord is played on 1. The next chord is played on 1, but the one after that, the 5 chord, which is a D, is played on and. So you'll notice you have 1 dash 5 dash dash. That's 5 pieces of information. So the 1 dash dash dash, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. The V right in the middle is it's right in the middle because you change on and. So I'm gonna clap the rhythm while I count 1, 2, 3, 4. So the clap is when you would strum. You clap on the 4, clap on the 1, clap on the 5. That's you hitting your ukulele strings, guitar strings, or playing the chord on the piano. And it sounds like this. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that second clap, that was an and. I don't know, maybe it would help to say and. Let's try it. Well, actually, we'll say and. Ready, count and clap. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. All right, let's put the chords in there. So we have C, G, D, and then again C, G, D. So the D is the chord that's going to be happening on this and. Get ready with your chords. 2, ready, and C, 2, 3, 4, G, Now the D might feel like it's coming pretty fast. No, it is because the previous two progressions that we did, you had 4 beats per chord, and between the G and the D you only have like 1.5 beats. But another reason why it feels fast is because it's on that and. Your mind likes downbeats. You're going to want to play things on the downbeat, and when you don't, it can feel a little bit off. Now that's actually the feeling of changing on the and. That feeling of it being off, that's why it's on the end. That feeling is what we're after. So don't fight that. Play that into your song. Take a look at number 4. Okay, so here we have a chord on 1 and 3, and then another one on the and. Okay, so the first measure you have chords 1 and 3. Second measure you have chord on 1 and. Number 4, this is G, D, E minor, C. Okay, ready, play. G, 2, D, 4, E, 2, C, 4. Okay, so I should have said E minor, not just E, because it's not a major chord, but number 5. Back to all on 1. The only difference here that I see that's worth noting is we now have an 8 measure phrase instead of a 4 measure phrase. All the other ones were 4 measures. This one's 8, so you have 1 chord every 2 measures instead of 1 chord every measure or 1 chord every 2 beats. So it's just a little more drawn out. We have A minor, D, G, C. Or another way to say it, maybe the right way to say it, A minor, D, D, G, G, C, C, each chord for 1 measure. All right, so we're gonna wrap this up with an easier chord progression to play. I'll give you a hint for this song. Once you get this down, if you repeat number 5 and you play an 8th note rhythm, so ba 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 ba, right, instead of just 1 strum, it might be a little bit easier to figure out which song number 5 is. So here we go. Ready, and A minor, 2, 3, 4, A minor, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm looking at the wrong side of the page. All right, let's start again. Ready, and A minor, 2, 3, 4, A minor, 2, 3, going to D, D, 2, 3, 4, play it again, D, 2, 3, 4 to G, G, 2, 3, 4, repeat it, G, 2, 3, 4, then C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Practice all of these, okay? I guess if you have a favorite, you can practice one of them a bunch, but really going through all 5 of them is good preparation for the next lessons and classes and Rock Fridays that we'll have. And till next time.